Hi there, welcome. I'm Nina and I share Instant Pot tips and recipes on my blog painttthekitchenred.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Instant Pot chicken tikka masala. Now chicken tikka masala normally is a recipe that is a little more complicated where you have to marinate the chicken and grill it, and then you make the sauce and you put everything together. Now this is one of those recipes where you're going to be like, how can something so easy taste so good? What I did about 10 years ago when I got my Instant Pot is I decided to create a one-pot chicken tikka masala recipe. So it's not exactly authentic because the chicken is not grilled, but the flavor is pretty amazing, and especially for the amount of work that you have to do. So it's perfect for a busy weeknight. It's one of the more popular recipes on my blog, and when you try it, you'll see why. So let's get started. For this recipe, you'll need 2 tablespoons of ghee or butter, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon finely chopped ginger, 2 tablespoons of coriander powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin powder, 3/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1½ teaspoons of Kashmiri chili powder, or to taste, 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 1 cup of plain yogurt, preferably whole milk, 8 ounces of tomato sauce, that's tomato passata, 1 teaspoon of salt or to taste, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of honey or to taste, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 tablespoon of fenugreek leaves, which is also known as kasuri methi, and you can find that at an Indian store, half a cup of heavy cream, and 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro leaves. Heat the Instant Pot in saute mode, and once it's hot, add the butter or ghee. I prefer to use ghee actually, even though I'm using butter in this video. And then add the ginger and the garlic, and you're going to saute the two until they're fragrant. I'm using ginger paste and garlic paste that I make and keep in my freezer, but you can just use minced or chopped garlic and ginger. And at this point, I like to press cancel so that the ingredients don't burn. So I saute the ginger and garlic in the residual heat of the Instant Pot. Now add the coriander, cumin, turmeric, black pepper, Kashmiri chili powder, which is not too spicy, but if you are sensitive to spice, you could substitute all or part of the Kashmiri chili powder with some paprika. Now the Instant Pot is still off, and we're sauteing these spices in the residual heat. There should be enough heat to make them fragrant. If you find that the spices are sticking a little bit to the bottom of the Instant Pot, you can deglaze with a tablespoon or 2 of water, and that allows everything to be scraped up from the bottom of the Instant Pot, and then we don't have a burn message later. So now we're ready to add the chicken, and we're going to stir everything together so the chicken pieces are coated with the spices. And the Instant Pot again is still off. Add the yogurt and the tomato sauce. Now this is called tomato sauce in the United States, and in other parts of the world it's sometimes known as tomato passata. And so that shouldn't be confused with ketchup. Add the salt, lemon juice, and we want to add a little honey to balance out all the flavors. I actually like to add a little more honey than what's called for in the recipe, because I just like the flavor that it adds and how it balances out the sourness of the tomatoes. So feel free to adjust based on your tastes. Stir up all the ingredients, and you'll notice that we didn't add any liquid, any broth or water to the recipe. The yogurt is enough to bring the Instant Pot to pressure. So now I'm going to program the Instant Pot to pressure cook for 4 minutes on high pressure. Once the pressure cooking is done, we're going to do a quick release of pressure. You could also do a natural release or a 10-minute natural release if you wanted to, but I find that's not much of a difference if you do a quick release. Let's open the lid and add some garam masala and dried fenugreek leaves, which are also known as kasuri methi, which you can find at the Indian grocery store. And add the heavy cream. If you wanted to make it a lighter dish, you could make it half and half, but it won't be as tasty. You can stir in some cilantro as an option. This curry has a good amount of gravy, and so it tastes really delicious with plain basmati rice. If you want it to be thicker to serve it with naan, then you could reduce it in sauté mode and then add the cream afterwards. Well, I hope you enjoy that recipe. Now, if you wanted to make chicken tikka masala with grilled chicken, check out my air fryer tandoori chicken recipe. You can make that and then make the sauce without the chicken and mix the two together, and it'll be really delicious too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.